Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, it's going to be a little bit different. So I recently hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. It was on Saturday. Thanks so much, guys, by the way. Honestly, it means a lot to me. Just seeing the channel grow, seeing the community grow. Honestly, it's why I do this. It's so great. And I just thought, I'd ask you guys, if you have any questions for me. And yeah, like I've had quite a few questions posted in reply to my community post. So I'm going to try and get through as many as I can. And yeah, this should be fun. Brooks5374, you have an intelligent vibe. Thanks so much. What did you study in college, or what is your trade? So in college, or university as we call it, I studied business management with law. I studied at Coventry University. That was one of my favorite times of my life. I had a lot of fun there. And yeah, I do quite a bit of reading, whether it's journals, news articles, non-fiction. I try to read a lot. And yeah, thanks so much for the compliment, Brooks. Okay, next question is from Akoi Lady. I've been curious about the black posters behind you, those over there. I can't read them. What do they say? So what I'm going to do is insert like a short clip, and it basically, all they are, so when I was in my last paralegal job before I started this channel, there were days where I really struggled to get out of bed. I just wasn't enjoying the job. The people were great, but the job itself, I mean, I'm telling you guys, reviewing, 70, 80-page legal documents, looking for relevant information can be so boring. So I just put those posters up as a way of kind of, whenever I would wake up, I'd look at the posters, I'd see those keywords like determination, perseverance, and they'd kind of give me the energy to get out of bed and start the day. So yeah, that's all they are. I know it's a bit corny, guys, but yeah, that's the explanation. So the first question we've got is by Juna, and it is, would you do a US map quiz to get yourself more acquainted with the geography? And yes, I would. I feel like my overall geography of the US, I think, is pretty decent. Like, I've got a good idea of the East Coast, where New York is, and the West Coast, where California is, but I couldn't really tell you where each of the states are. But I feel like my geography of the US is okay. But yeah, I'd totally be up for doing a map quiz. Okay, Sid McIsaac, if you could make a video explaining something you really love / are passionate about, what would it be? Arsenal Football Club. Honestly, oh my God, my relationship with that club is just, I think my emotions are too tied with it, because when they do well, I'm so happy. When they don't do well, I'm so down. I feel like we've underperformed for a long time. Our great manager, Arsene Wenger, he had a great first 10 years, but the second part was just horrible, underachieved. He refused to spend money, even though the owners were practically throwing money at him to buy players. So yeah, Arsenal Football Club. The second question we've got here is from Lexi Thomas, and it is, would you ever consider doing movie reactions? They're blowing up right now. Yes, I would. Like, the main reason why I've not done any movie reactions so far is because I've just been worried about, copyright and things like that. And also, I was just, I wasn't sure whether I'd have enough memory to record an entire reaction to a movie, but I think I've got that sorted now. So yeah, they're definitely coming in future. By the way, I've got some TV shows like Mandalorian, Attack on Titan, a few documentaries on my Patreon. So yeah, check that out as well. The third question I've got is from Mudbug73US. If you could go back and study anything at uni, what would it be? So I would probably go back and do medicine, or maybe computer science. Like, I think if I could go back, I think I'd like to be a surgeon. It would be quite an interesting thing to do. You're helping people and you're also learning about the anatomy, the human anatomy. So yeah, that would be cool. Also, building like a website, learning how to code, I think would be pretty interesting as well. The next question we've got here is by Sid Mac Isaac. What period in history is most interesting to you? Ancient civilizations, medieval age, Renaissance, etc. For me, it's probably ancient. We're talking way ancient. We're talking early human history. Just because, you know, I'd love to go back and see how we lived, you know, back when we first emerged, when human beings first emerged. What kind of, you know, were we all nomadic? Were we all, you know, moved in small groups, or, you know, that sort of stuff fascinates me. Question from Nana Love. How long were you a paralegal? And when did you decide, I've had enough of this career, I'm going to do something else? So I was a paralegal for, gosh, maybe three and a half years. And I mean, don't get me wrong, some aspects of it are fantastic. Like, you know, I worked at the CMA, the Competition and Market Authority. So they're the UK regulator of competition. So we would like regulate mergers and acquisitions. So if a company bought another company, we would like make sure that it's not going to create an unfair market dynamic, like monopolies and things like that. So we, you know, I've been in rooms with like CEOs of like huge corporations. I don't want to name any in case I get in trouble, but yeah, I've been in quite close quarters with, you know, really like blue chip top guys. So having access to people like that was quite interesting. And but yeah, like the work itself, reviewing legal documents, man, I'm telling you, I found it boring, man, so boring. So it was like when the pandemic hit, when I was working from home, like, because I was working as a contractor for the CMA, I was like I would have like a year contract that would roll, and I just, yeah, towards the end of it, I just decided that I didn't want to try and get it renewed or get another role like that. I just thought, yeah, let me try something else. So I'd started the channel, and luckily the channel grew quite a bit, and I just decided, let me just, you know, stick with the channel and see what happens, and luckily it's grown quite a bit. Question from Kelly T. I love your American snack food reviews. Thanks, Kelly. Would you ever consider doing a UK version? Yes, I would. The thing is, I wasn't sure if anybody would want to see that, but, you know, if there's, you know, interest in me trying UK snacks, let me know in the comments of this video and I'll definitely do one. Next question is from Lamstar1. Can you tell us more about yourself? What are your interests, passions? What area in England do you live? What is my profession? Okay, so what about myself? Okay, so I'm one of four. I'm the eldest of four. I live in London, England. I support Arsenal Football Club. That's probably one of my biggest passions at the moment. I'm really interested in space exploration as well. I'm trying to like gradually have like 3 days where I'm vegetarian. I'm trying to I eat so much meat right now, guys. So I'm trying to slowly like reduce my meat intake. What else? Love music. My main genres of music are probably hip hop, indie, drum and bass, house. But honestly, my taste in music is pretty eclectic. Question from Dawn. Just simply enjoy your reaction videos. Thanks so much, Dawn. How is America perceived by those in the UK? I think honestly, you guys are perceived really well. Like there's a lot of like cultural ties between the US and the UK. We're into a lot of similar things. We share a common language. You know, we watch so much American media, music, film. So yeah, I think like Americans are really greatly perceived here. Like I had a guy, Jamie Tobias, like a mate of mine. He came over from America and he studied here for a year, and yeah, he was well received. People liked him a lot. So yeah, I think Americans are really well received here in the UK. Question from FYI Designer. Could you ever see yourself moving to the US in future? Now that is a good question. I think what could happen is I'll sort of split my time between the UK and the US, because I don't think I could ever permanently move away from the UK. I just love this place too much. It's all my family and friends are here. You know, I grew up here. You know, it would be really hard for me to permanently say goodbye, but I could definitely split my time, say maybe 4 to 6 months in the US, the rest here, you know, something like that. Question from Tucker Spearig. Your videos are very high quality. Thanks, man. Especially with the frequency of your uploads. Most YouTubers with daily uploads are unable to make high quality videos like you. Do you have an editor? I'm currently in college for digital media degree and I'm hoping to become an editor one day. First of all, Tucker, thanks so much for the compliment. Honestly, I think the quality of my videos sometimes isn't that great. I'm trying to improve it. I sometimes get a bit of noise, a bit of grain in the video. I'm trying to think of a solution. Maybe I need to buy some more light sources. But yeah, I don't have an editor. I do everything myself. And yeah, like, good luck in becoming an editor. I know that you're going to make a great editor. Just practice, practice, practice. That's all it takes. Question from Imani Burton. So this isn't really a question. It's, do a vlog around London. I will. It's coming soon. Question from Karen Green. When are you coming to the USA and where are you going and how long will you be in the USA? So my plan was to come to the USA in late March, but I've had a few people tell me that, you know, things aren't quite back to normal yet. So I don't know whether to push it back till maybe May, June. And when I come, I'm going to be in New York, Los Angeles, Texas, where else? Vegas, and I'm forgetting one state. Oh gosh, I think it was Virginia, West Virginia. I'm not sure, but to be honest, I will probably bounce around a heck of a lot. So if people just let me know if they want to meet up and hang out, I'll gladly travel to meet you guys. Blue Pyro 68. How long have you worked as a teacher? Normally teachers are a lot older. So yeah, I worked as a teacher for only maybe a couple of years when I was disillusioned with what I studied in my degree, law, business with law. And yeah, it's so intense because I worked in quite a few special needs schools as well. And I mean, my hat goes off to the teachers who work in those environments, because it's, aside from the teaching aspects, you're putting up with sometimes a lot of behavioral issues, pupils with a lot of complex needs. So yeah, I was in there for 2 years. Question from Teresa Balida. Hey Kabir, not really a question, but hope you come through Nashville, Tennessee when you come to America. I think I will. Why not? Question from Brianna T. What is racism like in the UK? Good question. So I can only speak from my experience, and my experience with racism here has been extremely, extremely minimal. I mean, I have only been like racially abused once in my entire life. This was when I was in secondary school, and a kid like said something to me that was quite offensive, not racially offensive. I said something back, and then he just called me the N-word. And I was just like, all of the kids in the class were shocked. They were like, oh, can't believe you just said that. I was really upset. I went and told the head of year, because I was in year 8 at the time. I was like maybe 12 or 13, and the kid was immediately suspended. Like, they kicked him out of the school for like 2 weeks or something like that. So yeah, like that's my only experience with racism here. I don't want to say like that's everyone's experience, but mine has been honestly really, really minimal. I've had, that's the only time. Question from Lynn Russell. If you could live anywhere other than the UK, where would that be? Be specific. Where would that be? Oh man, honestly, probably maybe Amsterdam. I've been twice and absolutely loved it. The people were just, I mean, okay, so when I first went to Amsterdam, the first night, because it was really last minute, it was me and a mate of mine. We were on the train talking about how we hadn't booked a hotel or a hostel because we couldn't find one. They were all booked. And this lady was on the train in the carriage near us. She overheard us and she invited us back to stay the night at her place. It was unbelievable. We just met her. Insane hospitality. And so yeah, either Amsterdam, maybe California, but honestly, I'm thinking probably Amsterdam. Question from Derek Donnell. Would you consider moving to America and doing a food show? Yes. If I was offered a food show, something like diners, drive-ins and dives, I would be there in a flash. I mean, I would do everything I could to make that show successful, because I love eating good food, and yeah, you know, I would definitely move. Question from Daniel Schneibel. Can I take you to lunch when you come to Dallas? Absolutely, I am there. Monica McFadden, married or single? I'm single. Question from Cody Gates. Am I religious? Good question. I would probably say I lean towards agnostic. So I think there's something out there. I think there's something, but I'm not sure if it's the, you know, Abrahamic God type figure. I just believe that there's something out there. So yeah, I'd probably say I'm agnostic. Question from Jeff Borowiak. Why were Android 17 and 18 more mean in the future timeline than the current timeline in Dragon Ball Z? Great question, because I noticed 17 and 18 are a lot nicer, not quite as savage. I'm guessing maybe because, you know, there was variations in the timelines, you know, Cell, you know, things like that. So yeah, it's probably just variation. Last question is from Pepper Moon. Will you meet up with any fans while you're here? Absolutely. Like, whenever I get to somewhere, I'm gonna, you know, put it on the channel like a community post. Guys, I'm here. If anyone is close by and wants to meet, let me know. I'll also like let you guys know before I arrive, like that I'm gonna be there, because I definitely want to meet up with fans for sure. Guys, let me know if you have any more questions, and I'll maybe do a part 2 of this. And yeah, this has been a lot of fun sharing, you know, myself with you guys. Hopefully we can do it more, and I'll see you in the next one.